there, my dudes. How you been keeping? I hope whatever you've been up to over the past few weeks, it's been festive. We're back again for another Soul Singer Discovers. Ooh, I have been away for a few weeks, but there's been some surprising developments. Surprising? Probably positive developments. Recently, thanks to the continued support of my patrons, I've been able to buy a new camera. I say a new camera, it's a second-hand camera. I've also got a fancy new microphone. No, I'm not in fact smuggling a small gerbil with one blue eye. Ooh. I want to start off just by saying thank you so much to my patrons for that. If you would like to be a patron, you can go join. If you don't want to go join, it's totally fine. Not everyone likes to laugh. I don't get it. Today on Soul Singer Discovers, we're going to be discovering a patron's choice. But before we get there, it's time for Metalhead Musings. Today's Metalhead Musings comes from Left Under the Sun. Left Under the Sun says, do a full cover of the song. Left Under the Sun is actually talking about the time where I did several of the highest notes at the end of Cemetery Gates in Pantera's song. And frankly, I've been thinking about doing some more metal covers, applying my own spin on them, having a go. What do you guys think? Did any of you see my Dio cover? Ooh. Some of you did, and some of you were very complimentary. In fact, I would say, and this is everyone out the way, this is really impressive. Out of all the videos that I've made so far at this point, the only one that's not had a negative comment is my Dio cover. I look forward to the trolls going on to tell me I'm fat. Gotta be one. There's always gotta be one. Today, as I said, it's Patron's Choice. And today's patron is mysteriously called Razzmatazz. Razzmatazz has chosen the band Fear Factory. Fear Factory is up there with one or two of the other bands that I have zero understanding of, zero prior knowledge of. I hate saying that because Levi always comes in the comment section and it's like, women, we watched it in the thing, or we heard it on the radio. The radio? What is this, 1945? I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I've heard any Fear Factory. I might have, but if I have, I don't remember. But enough. Let's go over to Rosie the Robot to find out what she knows about Fear Factory for me.
Fear Factory is an American heavy metal band formed in Los Angeles in 1989. Throughout the band's career, they have released 10 full-length albums and have evolved through a succession of sounds, all in their main style of industrial metal.
Thank you, Rosie. You're looking lovely today. So, the song that we're going to be doing is called Replica. I have my trusty Nurus buds in for anyone that wants to complain that I don't wear enough headphones. I do, actually. So let's do it. This is Fear Factory with Replica. Boop. Ha! Pausing. Okay, so I believe the lead singer is called Burton C. Bell, which is a fabulous name. Burton C. Bell has a very sort of shouty, it's almost a tiny bit like Phil from Pantera in parts of his career. I realised that Phil started with a lot more melodic voice and then moved on as time went on to more shouty, aggressive style of vocals. This song feels like it's roughly like, is it late 90s, early 90s? There's almost, with the riff that's got that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, the way he's vocalising feels a tiny bit like rap, just the tiniest bit. I don't know if it's just a rhythmic thing, that's given me the illusion of that, but it feels a tiny bit. There's nothing particularly melodic to what Burton's doing, but I'm not mad at it. It feels tonally correct for what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Looking at some of the lyrics that Burton's singing, we've got, for the first verse chorus, we've got, I am a duplication, innocently. I was conceived so violently. There was no love for me. There was only hatred. I am rape, I am hate. I am rape, I am hate. Jesus Christ. Y'all know me. You know how I feel about censorship in general. I don't believe that anything should be off the table of discussion in art. I just don't. I think it should all be up for discussion. It might make us feel chewy, it might make us feel weird, but I think it's important, because I think when you start censoring art, you start censoring voices that could potentially add to our conversation, that could continue to help something evolve. Do you know what I mean? There's obviously a lot of rage in the lyrics, and I support that. I do think when it comes to metal music, rage is definitely an emotion that is emoted more often than not than anything else, or at least in a lot of the stuff that we've dealt with. There's a lot of anger there, whether it's anger at the world or anger at a person or a concept. Do you know what I mean? And I do enjoy it. And even on songs like, for instance, I'm going to stop bringing it up eventually, even on songs like Miss Sugar's Bleed, right, which I have been informed recently, or not even recently, quite a few times since, and again recently, that Miss Sugar's Bleed is about a brain hemorrhage, but that's still one of those really cathartic songs that I put on to help me rage, to help me get through ragefulness, you know? And when I think about the sort of forefathers of metal music, I can't say in all certainty that, for instance, the likes of Black Sabbath were always working through the emotion of rage. I mean, I'm not an expert, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Is rage something that's come later in metal as far as one of the main emotions that we want to discuss? Or is it something that's always been there? You know? I guess you could claim that rock music at its core comes from a rebellious need to break out of tradition. I don't know, I'm going too far down the rabbit hole. Let's zoom back in again. Burton C. Burton? No, Burton C. Bell. Mr. Bell. Let's keep going. Pausing. I know we're almost there, but pausing for 2 seconds. I stand corrected, first of all, for 2 reasons. This feels more, it feels earlier than I thought it was. It's probably more like mid-90s. Again, correct me in the comment section, you always do. But I think there's a little bit more texture than just a shouty, you know, 5 minutes alone Phil from Pantera vibe. Because he's doing that thing, and definitely, is it Staley Lane? Staley Lane from Alice in Chains, that's got that wow, wow, wow. It's like they've put the phasing on their own voice live, do you know what I mean? Because he's going between that very rah, 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 but it feels very closed. Like his voice feels rah, it feels all very closed up, rather than a lot of more modern male vocalists. And I mean, when I say modern, I mean like 2015 onwards, have a very wide open wah. It's all very supported, it's all very that. I can't really, because it's a recording, tell how supported that is, but a very closed throat for vocals is, for me, not the one. I feel like for metal vocals it wouldn't be the one either, but you know, who knows. But yeah, that melody and the way he's attacking it in the chorus, da 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 da. Yeah, it's also the vowels, I guess. It feels very of a time. It feels very Alice in Chains, very sort of a little bit trippy in there. Even though this is obviously metal music of some description, of some subgenre. Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. Let's keep going. Boop. Yeah, I think I like the attack on the chorus, that sort of phasing, lilting melody line that he was putting together. I think that the distorted vocals felt more closed to me. Closed. Which feels just really unintuitive to me. I know I've said it a million times, but it does. It just feels very destructive. I'm sure it's not. Or I'm sure he's found his way to do it when it's not. Are Fear Factory still gigging? Is he still the front person for it? I would like to see them live now to see, because this is obviously, it is, I do think it's a lot earlier than I think it is. As far as the lyrics go, we've got every day I feel anonymous hate, forever in the shadow of disgrace. I am rape, I am hate, filled with pain, a bruised and darkened soul. Spare me from the life that's full of misery. I don't want to live that way, I don't want to live that way. Yeah, it's very dark lyrics, very sort of like upset lyrics, which feels weird to me because the riff and the driving nature of the song and the guitars and the harmony feels weirdly upbeat with that kind of lyric, you know? I'm not saying for a minute that you should have to have like a slow song to do sad lyrics or any of that traditional bullshit. I just think that with that I would expect more distortion, more dissonance for the kind of lyrical content, you know? Is he a happy man, the person that wrote this song? I don't know. Also, that's a point. Like, there's a lot of times where you as a songwriter will have to tap into writing about something that you're not necessarily feeling in that moment. And it's very much the Amy Winehouse of it all for me. I think part of the things that contributed towards Amy Winehouse's incredibly bad mental health and therefore her addiction to drugs was based on the fact that she was singing lyrics about real things, real feelings she had, real terrible bullshit that happened to her, consistently through touring, through performing. Can you imagine reliving some of the worst parts of your life constantly? Ugh. I think it's one of those things for creative people that's part of the reason why I think creative people do end up with a lot of problems with drugs and alcohol. But yeah, I think that feels like a juxtaposition to me. That level of lyrics with that level of driving harmony. I'd just expect something a bit more dissonant and a bit more crunchy, I think. What did you think of it? What did you think of the lyrics? What did you think of the overall vibe? What do you think of Burton Seabell's name? What do you think about Fear Factory in general? Is this something that I should return to? What other songs should I return to? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts, feelings and opinions. You've never been stopped before. Thank you to my patron Razamataz, you devilish, glorious human. Thank you to all my other patrons for all of my new groovy equipment. Thank you to you out there for continuing to watch and deal with my nonsense. Do go like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you don't, well, you know what? There's always next time. And until then, my dudes, good day, sir.